Hey everybody, welcome back to the Drunk Turkey Show. I'm your host Daniel. Today we're going to be talking about some unfortunate news, some horrific news coming out of Marion County in Florida, where three young teens, 17 and younger, were all found separately deceased, but are believed to have been connected and all from the same type of weapon. We're going to be talking about this. Please hit that like and subscribe button and ring that notification bell. And do us a favor by doing that. That'll help get the algorithm going, this type of content, just based on the type of material that we talk about. YouTube sometimes doesn't throw it out there as we like. And so to help the algorithm going, please hit that like and subscribe button. With that being said, let's get into this. So there's three teens, two 16-year-olds and a 17-year-old that were found over the last few days separately, passed away all from a similar injury. And apparently they all knew each other and were connected. This is coming out of Marion County. The only victim to have been identified at this point is Layla Silvernail, 16 years old, from the area. The other two, I've identified the 16-year-old female that was, we're going to be talking about, found in a vehicle, as Kamel. I've identified her and have her information. However, since she hasn't been identified by police, I'm not going to go into detail of who she is. And we'll leave it at that. So, Layla, she's been the only one. Our prayers and thoughts and prayers go out to the families and the victims and everybody that is impacted by this. And just a sad situation. This little girl, apparently, she was really big into softball and things of that nature. And so, had a bright future ahead of her, and it's just very sad that something like this could happen. But let's get into the details. So I believe this happened last Thursday night. Officers responded to the area of Forest Lakes Park, and let's pull that up. It's right there. All right, so officers responded to the area of Forest Lakes Park on Southeast 183rd Avenue Road. When they arrived, they located a female lying beside the road suffering from a wound that would be caused by a gun. The victim was transported to the hospital in critical condition and later identified as 16-year-old Layla Silvernail. She has since passed away. The following morning, so this is the area where they found her body. This is 183rd Street in Forest Parks. And so this is the area. As you can see, there's a lot of bodies of water here, but this is pretty close to a neighborhood. Right? And then there was a 17-year-old male found the following morning on Southeast 94th Street and Southeast 188th Court in reference to a 17-year-old male lying beside the road. He was found also passed from a similar wound, right? On Saturday morning, more deputies responded to the area of Malauka Loop and Malauka Loop Trace in reference to information that Layla's vehicle, the first victim that was found, was partially submerged at the edge of a nearby body of water. Members of the MCSO Major Crimes Unit and Forensic Unit and Underwater Recovery Team responded to collect evidence and recovered the vehicle. After obtaining the search warrant for Layla's vehicle, a search for her vehicle was conducted and a third victim was located. A 16-year-old female, Camille, who we had talked about, who had also sustained a similar wound, was also pronounced deceased or passed. And so her body was a little bit further away and the vehicle further away. So this is the area of Malauka Terrace and Malauka Loop. And so I'm not sure if this is the submerged water, as there are a few in the area. And I'm not sure if they're just referencing this area as it could have been this larger body of water. But it says here that they had to obtain a search warrant, and from that search warrant, they found the victim. So my assumption is that victim probably was inside of the trunk, right? Now, there's been some speculation and some rumors that there was a fourth body or a fourth teen, and that's been debunked. That is not true. Also, they believe that this might be some kind of gang type of situation. And I'll bring up that article that brings up that information. Wannabe gang members may be responsible. From the Sheriff Woods, he's addressed the media a couple of times. It sounds like they may be targeting in on a suspect or suspects. But let's watch this news article real quick about the situation that's going on out there.
Deputies have confirmed that the body of a 16-year-old girl was pulled from a car submerged in a pond. They say the victim found by the side of the road on Friday morning is a 17-year-old boy. The car deputies found belongs to the final victim, 16-year-old Layla Silvernail. Some families are taking more safety precautions while deputies search for a suspect.
I will say this, that the neighborhood, the bodies were found in a neighborhood. That makes me possibly question, was there a report of a gunshot noise? If not, if they were in the neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhood didn't hear anything, perhaps maybe the bodies were dumped there. Not sure, just speculation on my part. Just something that I would bring up. One thing that I noticed about the area. Also, this is a very small town. I think there's only like 1,500 people that live here or something like that. So it's not very large. So it's a very small area. We'll continue.
They don't ride the four-wheeler anymore as of all this going on, because that's exactly where when they found the car is exactly where I let them go. And then right next to it is a retention pond. They go and they ride their four-wheeler. They check in. I can see them. I track them on my phone on my app. And now you're not going anywhere alone, period.
Silvernail remains in the hospital, and deputies say she is in critical condition and fighting for her life. Sheriff Billy Woods is asking for help.
Now we're looking for help. We're looking to help for the families who have lost a loved one. And there are folks out there that know.
Woods says despite social media rumors, there is no fourth victim, and they do not believe the deaths are the work of a serial killer. Reporting live in Ocala, Ethan Badowski, TV 20 News.
So, not the work of SK. Crazy situation out there, man. We're going to be covering this. And so I wanted to bring this article up because it does talk about the possibly being a wannabe gang, the sheriff says. And so this is from CBS News. It says right here that the shooting passing of two 16-year-olds and a 17-year-old male, two 16-year-old girls and a 17-year-old male may be tied to a hybrid or wannabe gang, Florida Sheriff said Tuesday. And then the rest of this article goes into the events that occurred. Doesn't really say why they believe that, other than that first sentence and the title of this article. So I'm not sure what made them believe that that was the case. But however, I do think that there might be, some truth to that, especially if there is a Florida sheriff that's coming forward with this information. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. It's a pretty odd situation. I think maybe perhaps one of these people may have gotten tied up with the wrong people at the wrong place and at the wrong time. Unfortunate situation. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families and victims and everybody that has been impacted in this. And we hope for swift justice and that the assailant or assailants be caught soon. With that being said, I'm Daniel J. This is the Drunk Turkey Show. We'll see you guys tonight. Peace.